how to say it. The time limits are 5 to 7 minutes. The title of his speech is Vedic Astrology, an Introduction. Please welcome Venkat Setharama.
One of the best gifts that you can give to someone who's going through a difficult time is hope. And also one of the best gifts you can give to someone who's going over the top because things are going in his favor is to give a word of caution. Astrology is a tool that helps you come up with these words by peeking into the future. What is astrology? It's something that has always been amazed a lot of us. A lot of people confuse astrology with astronomy. So astrology is the impact of the celestial bodies on the world around us. So the first question that comes to mind is, how can something so far away, a celestial body, affect us? But think about it. When there is new moon or a full moon, if you see the ocean, you can see the difference in the tides. There is high tide, low tide, and the water behaves differently. Human body is 70% water. So if the new moon and full moon can affect the water in the ocean, just imagine how much it can affect us. One thing is that we have lesser amount of water than in the ocean. That's why we don't notice it visually. And also think of humans as a bundle of energy. We are all bundles of energy. Each of us is unique from each other. And you must have heard the terms like a negative energy or a positive energy. So there is somebody who has a lot of jealousy or bad feelings, or what people call as bad juju. You sit on that corner of the room and that person is in this corner of the room, you will be impacted. And you have all experienced that many times, even at home. If your child is having a bad day, if your child is sick, or anybody else is sick, you will feel that energy. So that is how energy impacts. And these celestial bodies, what they can do is they have their own force of gravity, and humans, we also have we also experience that gravity, and we also experience the energy around us. We have the electrical and magnetic energy all around us, and that's how we feel that impact. And when it comes to this energy, how we manage this energy depends how we react to situations. How these bodies, celestial bodies, affect us is they affect our energy levels. They affect, and based on that, it affects our breathings. Based on that, it affects our feelings, and then based on that, it affects how we react. So that's how we all feel the impact of these bodies differently. There are two popular forms of astrology. One is astrology that we read in newspapers called where everything is based on a sign from Aries to Pisces, and we get a generic astrological inputs on what to expect. Then there is Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology, like the name signifies, was from the ancient sages living in the Indian subcontinent, and they were all transferred by word of mouth and through songs, and that communication means, and then it was later done to a written form. And they came up with all these things by just noticing things around them, noticing the movement of the planets in the sky and how it affected them, and that's how profound it is. So between the tropical astrology that we read typically and Vedic astrology, there are a few key differences. One, Vedic astrology uses something called the sidereal system. So let's say this is the Earth. Okay? So the area around the Earth, this whole area is all the houses that we see in the astrology, from Aries to Pisces. So this is 360 degrees, there are 12 houses. In the tropical system, we assume that the earth is straight, is standing upright, and all the houses are here. But in a sidereal system, which means the actual positions in the sky, it assumes that the earth is actually a little bit tilted because of its own weight. And also maybe years or millions of years ago, there was some collision with the earth, and because of which the earth is tilting has tilted in its axis, and it continues to tilt a little bit every year. So the houses around this are at a different angle. So that is the difference between the traditional astrology and Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology is more on a sidereal system. The other game changer in Vedic astrology is something called the major period and minor period. So everybody is, after we are born, we go through a major period which is controlled by a planet, and a minor period which is controlled by a different planet. So that is very different in Vedic astrology. So which means that it is tailored to you. So what is, when you are born, my major period and minor period is different from what is it for Nora and what is it for Karan. So that's how it is different. So it's like Chipotle, you have your own set of meal. Though everybody comes in the same line, you get a different configured meal. So that is one difference. Coming to the basics of Vedic astrology, there are planets. There are planets that are observed by eye, and those are the ones, because these got moved through word of mouth. So you have Sun and Moon, which are the luminaries. Then you have Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. And then you have the nodes, the North Node and the South Node, which are essentially the shadows of Earth and the shadow of the Moon. So total they make 9. So these 9 planets are the ones that affect us. Then there is something called the ascendant. An ascendant is, as the Earth is shifted this way and it keeps spinning, your house on the eastern side, because the houses are surrounding the Earth, so these change all the time. So every 2 hours it changes. And whichever house is pointing to the eastern side at the place of your birth is called an ascendant. And then you have the moon sign. The place where your moon was located at the time of your birth is called a moon sign. And a natal chart is at the time of your birth, whatever was a snapshot of the sky, that is called your natal chart. With these, you can come up with very accurate predictions about what is going to happen to you in your day-to-day life. Like in case of Nora, she has 4 sisters, and her husband has 4 sisters, and she had a wonderful wedding, and everything went smoothly. I can say for a fact that her Venus in her birth chart is very strong. And for Karen, she is a teacher, and she has got really good leadership qualities. I can say that her Jupiter and her Sun are strong. And the same thing for Karen. I can say, although I do not know when she was born, I can say for a fact that her Sun is strong because she's been the president for 2 times. So Sun gives her leadership quality. And the same thing for Michael. So something that I want to make this over a set of speeches, but something you can give astrology a chance. Go to a website called galacticcenter.org and come up with your own birth chart. And then see, that'll help you see where you are, and you'll see how amazing it is. It will be an exhilarating journey once you learn.